Hey guys, it's Ina. I hope you're well. Today we're going to keep talking about self-compassion, specifically the two barriers. 1. Positive beliefs about self-criticism, and 2. Negative beliefs about self-compassion. And then we're going to do a little experiment in the end. Positive beliefs about self-criticism. How much do you believe self-criticism is helpful? What percentage is it? For me, it's about 80% right now, which is quite interesting. Self-criticism usually occurs to fulfill two main aims: self-improvement or self-punishment. Self-improvement. Some people, including myself, think self-criticism can help them improve themselves, motivating, toughening, and pushing them to do better. Self-punishment. While on the other hand, self-criticism is also a form of self-punishment. Some people may feel that they need to punish themselves for their flaws and mistakes. It is truly important to ask ourselves, what is the evidence that self-criticism really brings these benefits? And if self-criticism really was beneficial, why is it that most people wouldn't use it as a way of dealing with a loved friend or child who was upset? You can list evidence for and evidence against the positive beliefs about self-criticism using the following table. You can also speak to yourself as you were a friend or child and see what the difference in treatment says about self-criticism. Negative beliefs about self-compassion. How much do you believe self-compassion is unhelpful? What percentage is it? For me, maybe about 15 to 20%. Some people think that self-compassion leads to weakness, laziness, and self-pity. But if you think of people you admire for their compassionate nature, would you consider them to be weak, lazy, or full of self-pity? The reality is that self-compassion reflects qualities that most people desire, such as being kind, supportive, warm, caring, non-judgmental, accepting, generous, strong, stable, courageous, knowledgeable, understanding, insightful, resilient, persistent, tenacious, etc. Criticism versus compassion experiment. The best way to truly assess whether self-criticism is helpful and whether self-compassion is unhelpful is to do an experiment to find out. Alternate between each day of the week, being compassionate to yourself for one day and the next day be self-critical, and see the results. Compare what happens and how you feel in the end. It should look something like this. Kind day. On the first day, put all that usual self-criticism to the side as best as you can, saving up for the following day, and speak to yourself like you would someone you cared about. This is not about being unrealistically positive or heaping yourself with praise, but instead being encouraging and kind in your words and tone of voice. Critical day. On the second day, purposely be as critical towards yourself as you can. Berate and be harsh with yourself over every little thing, every mistake, everything you don't like about yourself and your efforts never being up to scratch. And then keep alternating and fill out this worksheet to reflect. Prediction 1. What do you think will happen on the days you're critical of yourself? Prediction 2. What do you think will happen on the days you're kind to yourself? And for each day, what positive outcomes occurred? What negative outcomes occurred? Did you get things done? And how did you feel? Compare your predictions with what actually happened. What did you learn about self-compassion and self-criticism? If you found poor outcomes on the days you criticize yourself, maybe you need to be more self-compassionate. If you found no difference between the two, maybe it means you won't lose anything by being kind to yourself. And if you found better outcomes on the days you criticize yourself, maybe you don't understand what being kind to yourself truly means. Either way, I hope you still had fun with the experiment. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.